Good evening, fellow Horseshoe pitchers. It's Jason Rideout, President of Horseshoe Canada. I hope everyone's doing well in this interesting time we are now living in with the COVID-19 virus affecting many of the areas where we live in across Canada and across the world. So first off, I hope everyone is safe, taking care of themselves, and if you're a frontline worker, I want to express my appreciation for the job that you're doing. Well done and thank you. I come to you this evening with some announcements that will affect Horseshoe pitchers across Canada. For the past month, the executive have been working hard, exchanging emails, conversations, reviewing charts, discussing, things that are affecting various communities. And last evening, the executive came together, had a formal meeting. I called the meeting, and we have some news from that meeting. And we wanted to share that with you, so that's why I'm here this evening. I would ask anybody that has any questions to fire them away to me, provincial representatives, or any of the executive of Horseshoe Canada. As of last night, a unanimous decision was made by the Horseshoe Canada executive to cancel the 2020 Canadian Championships, which were to be held in High Prairie, Alberta. After much deliberation and discussion, which included the host committee club and their chair, Ray Prenvost, it was decided for financial, health, and safety reasons that the 2020 championships be canceled and they will not be held this August. The executive wanted to keep people safe and wanted to have a successful event, and that is why we made that decision. So that decision was made last night, and it's the first time since World War II that a Canadian championship in its form as we know it will be played. But I've got a little bit more to come on that. You may be wondering, well, what's next? What's happening in 2021, 2022? So we've ironed that out as well. 2021 will see the Canadian Championships be held in Ontario, where there was a successful bid. And the High Prairie bid, because of their hard work they put in to date, and the financial support that they are receiving from their community that will carry on after the cancellation of this year's tournament, High Prairie will host the 2022 Canadian Championships. So they will be working hard to make that a great opportunity, and we look forward to heading to Ontario in 2021 and to High Prairie in 2022. It was a tough decision. It was a lot of debate on that, a lot of discussion. We wondered, should we wait or what should we do? And if the decision was made, we wanted to get out there to folks, let them know what's going on and what else are we going to do. And so the next part is that I want to reiterate that Horseshoe Canada is going to be there. It will be operating as it would any other year, with the exception of the Canadian Championships. We want to be there for provincial organizations to help those in the executives and the president's role make decisions, have a sounding board, and to help them. And hopefully this worldwide pandemic will come to a close, and at a provincial level, maybe there'll be some championships salvaged this year. But on a scale of the Canadian Championships, they will not be happening. So we're hoping, working with the provincial level and members across Canada, sea to sea, that we can create something unique this year. And maybe we won't be able to gather as we normally do, but we want Horseshoes to continue, and we want you to be involved in pitching this year. So we're excited to announce a couple new initiatives that we'll be doing during the 2020 season that will help keep Horseshoes going alive and well. And that initiative is the Backyard Horseshoe Games. And we're doing that in two functions. One function is a backyard email tournament. It's an idea that's come out of the U.S., and we already have one started to be set up by Tom Moffat out in BC. And we'll be sharing more information about that, and hopefully the idea will catch on. I know I'll host one in New Brunswick, and it's available to anybody. And so that's a great opportunity for people. We will sanction these tournaments if possible, and essentially so people will be able to maintain rigor percentage and such like that. The big announcement that I wanted to share tonight to keep everybody active is, for the first time ever, the Horseshoe Canada Executive has agreed, under their powers of the Constitution, that we will award, the first time ever, the Backyard Canadian Horseshoe Championship. What does it entail? We're still working on some details, but this might be a true opportunity for some bragging rights and hopefully maybe some prizes to say who is the ultimate horseshoe backyard champion in 2020. Can you imagine having all the top pitchers in every class play in a tournament together, regardless of travel? There's not going to be any travel issues or anything there. So we could have champions from BC to New Brunswick and up to the Northwest Territories, if there's a few horseshoe pitchers out there, that we could all play in a tournament and have ultimate bragging rights. I think that's going to be a fun time. We want to keep it exciting, fun, and new for 2020, and then we hopefully will get back to normal in 2021. But this is something I'd really like to see continue. And online horseshoes has taken off. The U.S. has had some success with it, and we really look to expand that in Canada. So we'll be leveraging our website, working with provincial contacts to get details out about this program, and we hope you'll participate. Any questions? I want to sign off. I don't want to stay too much longer, but I want to sign off in saying that it's going to be an interesting year. It has been already. It's been frustrating, sad, there's been concern, frustration, but we will gather again. We will pitch horseshoes together, but for this year we might have to pitch horseshoes at least 6 feet apart. But hopefully we'll be back to the pits before the end of the year. But in the meantime, we're working on ways to keep us all together and have some friendly competition. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me. In the coming weeks, we will be meeting and trying to do a meeting with the presidents of the provinces across Canada, addressing any concerns that you may have or looking at the ideas of how to roll out the first ever Backyard Canadian Championship. In the meantime, as always, you can find me. I'll put my details at the bottom of the screen, and my contact is also on the Horseshoe Canada website. So in closing, take care, stay safe, keep a lookout for your neighbors, family, and friends, and make sure you thank those frontline workers out there. Without them, we don't know where we would be. So on behalf of Horseshoe Canada, unfortunately, some bad news tonight with the cancellation of the 2020 Canadian Championships, but the hope of having an interesting and exciting new way to pitch this year and continue building towards 2021 and 2022. This is Jason Rideout, Horseshoe Canada President. Have a good evening.